One person who will be participating in that event from Louisville will be senior guard Carleek Jones, who sat down with our very own Mark Ennis on the drive yesterday, and he talked about what he needs to improve on.
Truthfully, I don't know what they like. I know some, talking. I know at the time talking to some of the agents, and then now talking to my agent now. It's just saying, my maturity, the way I handle pressure, the way I handle, the pace of my own game. I don't, like to get speed up or nothing like that. And just kind of, that I had solid numbers.
Moving on to Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds fell to 16-17 on the year with a 7-2 loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates last night. Nick Senzel and Jesse Winker led the way for the Reds, both going 3 for 4, and Winker adding 2 RBIs. The Reds will look to get back to 500 today when they again take on the Pittsburgh Pirates at 12:35. In a minor league baseball news, the Louisville Bats improved to 2-4 on the year with a 4-0 win over the Gwinnett Stripers last night. Austin Gutto got the win for the Bats. They look to make it 2 in a row tonight when they again play the Gwinnett Stripers at 7:05. And last but certainly not least, moving on to soccer news, Louisville City FC forward Abdo Thiam and midfielder Jorge Gonzalez have undergone successful surgeries to repair injuries suffered in the preseason, the club announced on Tuesday, while defender Oscar Jimenez is expected to miss extended time due to a more recent setback. Each player should return to training this summer and be available for selection later this season. Louisville City FC, who has opened their season 1-0-1, is off this weekend before hosting San Diego Loyal at 7:30 on May 22nd at Lit Family Stadium. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Injured in a
You guys good to go?
visit SueDistractedDriver.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Or Vikings, Bengals, come on.
Look at the steal. Here's the steal.
I said or Vikings, Bengals, come on.
And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maben. About midway to the midday with Marcus Maben. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maben. So sit back and relax and watch Maben.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And if today's show is anything like Steve doing his sanitization LeBron powder toss before the show starts, it should be an off-the-rail show, but sometimes off-the-rail is what you need. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
What a day, man. What a day. We've got a plethora of things. NFL schedule, something I want to talk about as it pertains to me and as it pertains to the University of Louisville. Going to have a fun opening week for the Cards. So, or if you're a Louisville fan, going to chat about that. A little bit of basketball. Want to have a conversation with. We had a top 5 yesterday, and I talked to someone very close to the know that said we were wrong.
No.
Yeah. Now you don't get as in-depth of who said that as you do on the YouTube channel, which y'all should be tuning into every night, because I spilled all the beans on there outside of a name.
And I did delete it, by the way.
I know. But, and he wouldn't mind, but I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
But here, I'm just going to say a source very close to the situation said our top 5 was wrong.
No way our top 5 was wrong,
So
Steve.
we'll talk about that.
You listen, the way you set that up is going to make me question, the talent evaluation skills of people who are actually looking at the players every single day.
I know. So
I mean, every single day and reading their charts and reading their numbers. And there's no way that they could correct me on my top 5.
We're going to get to that. And then look, I'm going to parlay these two together.
I did go yesterday and finalized. We are going to move on June 10th.
Congratulations.
So I'm excited about
Moves
that.
are always good. Moves are always uncomfortable.
I had a few people that wrote me, and it was funny because I know you. And they said, man, that's cool. You know, they were like, you know, I live over there or whatever. And they're like, you think we'll ever see Maven? And I said, I'll be honest with you. I think you will. I said, I think you will. I said, there's a few. I said, once I get Maven over to that Gustavo's and outside and you see, I said, I've known Maven long enough to know the places he likes. And I said, that will be one I think he'll like. So,
yeah. And listen, where I live, everything, listen, the Snyder gets me everywhere.
We're 20 minutes from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
I can get anywhere on the planet in 20 minutes.
I'll actually be able to almost get to your place quicker from here than I can now.
Right. Especially those roads. Yeah, we're good.
But now
Norton Commons to Bullitt County to Norton Commons.
You want to get my address away?
A good 35 minutes.
Why don't you just get my address? Hey, go ahead.
You said Gustavo's. Gustavo's in Norton Commons.
I'm messing with you, dude. Yeah. No, it's not too bad. From my house in Shepherdsville to the place we're moving is 32 minutes.
See, I said 35.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. It really isn't. It really
I know my times around the city pretty well because I gotta plan it.
My son is in Mount Washington, and I can get my oldest son. I can get to him in 21 minutes, from where I'm at. So and it's weird, but when you're a dad, you time that stuff. It's like, all right, I could be at your place in 21 minutes.
And we work on radio. Like radio is all about 3 minutes and 2 minutes and
absolutely.
1 minute. Yeah, we all are. Our clock literally goes down to awkward minutes.
I think if I play my cards right, I think Drew might hang out with me. I mean, I think like this is a new thing.
The Drew will last 6 months. Then before you know, you'd be like, "Oh God, Drew's coming, y'all." My friend Drew's coming, y'all.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, Dee Dee's gonna be on the couch.
Yeah, you'll start off happy to be hanging out, and he's like. Oh,
hey man, hey man, I think Drew's gonna say tonight.
Can you bring something with you next time, Drew? Bring a bottle, please.
Listen, though, let me parlay that conversation into this, though. And by the way, all jokes aside, a bunch of people said congratulations. I really do appreciate it because I did tell somebody, this is a sentimental part. My papa cut trees as a kid, right? Or when I was a kid, and I'd go to work with him, and we would always go off of like Brownsboro Road and stuff, and we'd work. And I remember being a kid, man, and I was like, dude, I love it out here. You know, I was like, and I remember being like, man, I'd love to live out here. And it was a moment. I did have a moment yesterday when I put it down. I was like, man, dude, this, and not that the status is any higher, right. But just, I was like, this is an area I've always wanted to live. And I was like, man, you kind of like, dude, you made a little something of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good moment for me and the wife. But
so you're gonna parlay that into?
I parlayed that into my issue this morning.
Issue. You particularly use that word, issue.
Which was, and thank you, text line. I really truthfully do appreciate everybody said thank you. I do appreciate that. And like, you'll know where to find me. So hey, stop by, come and have. Listen, you'll probably find me out there at one of the patios. I love. Yeah, come in. And look, if you see me, this is an open invitation. Sit down. Come and sit down.
Right, and
come and hang out.
No, but if I'm there, don't.
No, if Marcus is there, just come and say hi. But no, if I'm there,
just listen, just wave and send over a drink and throw the L's up.
Yeah. Look, come and say what's up. So, anyways, I'm parlaying that into my issue this morning.
Issue.
I got on campus, right? You see what I'm drinking this morning? Can y'all tell me, everybody, what am I drinking?
Everybody knows what Steve is drinking. They don't have to see it on the YouTube channel, although the YouTube channel is made for the Bill and it's up and running.
Here's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a medium vanilla iced coffee with caramel syrup in it.
Very Norton Commons, eh?
Mm-hmm. And a large Diet Coke. I went to Starbucks this morning because I woke up and I was excited. And I said, they have a new drink. They have a strawberry funnel cake frappuccino. Jesus. And I said, that sounds good. Now, listen, I've been eating a little bit better. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to do a full frappuccino. So, because frappuccino is a lot, when you drink like 700 calories or so, you halfway done.
I was going to say, your day is pretty much, dinner.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get it. So I went and got a large one. You could stick a straw up somebody's rear end and it would probably taste better. It was the worst. Look, I may have moved, but I'm still Bullitt County. It was the nastiest thing I've ever tasted in my life. I mean, it tasted disgusting.
Like literally disgusting.
So bad.
Are you sure they didn't mess something up? Like, hey,
listen,
make me another one and let me see if it's the same.
No, because it felt like it kind of had the taste that it should have. And I'm like, this is terrible. It was so bad. I took my $7 coffee, tossed it in the trash, pulled in McDonald's, and got these. That's how bad it was. So it's like I mean, that's nothing against Starbucks. I like Starbucks, but I'm just saying, like, that was terrible. Take that off the menu right now. Do not make people
subject people.
That's what I was looking at. Subject people to that godforsaken taste that come out of that straw this morning.
What was so bad about it?
I don't know. I can't explain it. It was like
aftertaste.
Yeah, it almost tasted like a burnt strawberry or something, and it was like, oh, and then you had like the gritty like strawberry unit, and I was like, oh, it was. How
many sips did you take before you decided? Like,
I tried. I from Starbucks to McDonald's. So from Starbucks on 3rd and Central to McDonald's over off Floyd.
Yep.
I took about 5-6 good drinks. I mean, I drank probably a quarter of it.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I know. I was like, okay, I got to make this decision.
It never got better
because I'm like, either I drink this now and I've got to eat it or I don't. So, and I was like, because the iced coffees aren't too bad. You know,
okay, how much thought went into I don't want to throw away my $7?
Oh, very little. Just wife got a bunch of gift cards on Starbucks. I'm like, I don't care. I will throw the $7 right out the window.
So it was just
I used the little app. I don't know.
So that was a public service announcement.
Yeah,
that
it's terrible. It's terrible. So, anyways, all right. I'm sorry. I got that off my chest. We have a ton to get to. NFL schedule. Can we start there real quick?
We can start there.
Can we start there? And before we get into the deep diving stuff, sucks for Tom Brady coming off the Super Bowl season.
Steve off the top ropes.
Yeah, it sucks for him. Game 1.
Okay, and by the way, people, I got notes. And my note, I'm gonna just tell you what my notes say. I'm gonna just read my notes kind of generally raw. So just so you know, we got an action-packed show. UK decommits coming soon, ? Carlik Jones, Mac is different. Jeff Walls, update. Carlik Jones, Coach Merrill, shade. Coach Steve Clinkscale.
Okay.
NCAA flop, suspensions. The 3 G's of learning. Matt Jones deleted tweet.
Okay.
Exit interviews. Listen, just those are teasers to some conversations.
And like I said, and I've got my conversation with our ranking too. Let's get to every one of them. Let's today our goal with this show
and the phone lines are open. Like, I don't mind if you Lawrence us and bombard us and send us into a different direction, because we just got so much to talk about. We can bounce around anywhere,
but we'll keep them quick today.
Okay,
because we will say this: we're going to get to every single one of those subjects today. That is our pledge to the listeners. We are going to jam pack this hump day with everything. So that means we're going to bounce around and we're going to hit things. So that's why I'm going to start off really quick with this take.
NFL schedule.
Opinion.
Ooh, little Cat West there.
So anyways, the NFL schedule, obviously the Cowboys are going to open up beating the Buccaneers. That sucks for Tom Brady. He had such a good year last year, but this is our year. So one thing I did find interesting, Monday Night Football.
I'm listening.
Ravens at Raiders. Brian, what are the? Oh, I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine.
Somebody's calling.
Yeah. He's on the phone. I don't want to interrupt his conversation.
Right.
What?
I'm ready.
Okay. What are the Raiders doing this year, Week 1?
Outside of Monday Night Football?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like they're
they're going to do a big it's Las Vegas, so you're going to have the Monday Night Football game in Las Vegas. They're going to make it a big show,
and it's the opening of the stadium, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So you're right. You're right on. What do you do when you open a stadium? Like
Fireworks?
You try to get eyeballs.
you try to get eyeballs.
Yeah, of
For
course.
instance,
That's the reason they're on Monday night. It's Las Vegas.
Right.
Welcome to Las Vegas, the NFL.
the Rams, when they opened up the stadium last year, they played the Cowboys. It was kind of whether you like them or not, the Cowboys are a draw. It's like the Yankees or something, whatever. They're a draw. The Raiders, though, are opening with Lamar Jackson. So you're now opening the stadium. Monday Night Football. We need the eyes. And the answer to that was Lamar Jackson. That's pretty awesome.
We need people here. We're going to bring in Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it wasn't the Cowboys. It wasn't the Chiefs. It wasn't Tampa Bay and Tom Brady.
That's crazy.
It wasn't the Aaron Rodgers fiasco.
And here's the thing, Steve. What we're talking about year 4 for Lamar? We're going into year 4?
Yeah.
Year 4 for Lamar.
Yeah.
You would think his excitement level would have toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
For them to bring Lamar Jackson in here says, no, he's still the draw.
Still the guy,
he's
man.
Still the guy you want to see.
And it says everybody will tune in on Monday night to see Lamar Jackson, and B, the stadium, the opener. Yeah. Like people will want to see that. So
yeah, and they're gonna want their stadium opening footage for the rest of their life to be Lamar Jackson level excitement.
Yeah.
Like think about it. And Lamar Jackson is probably one of the I can get fans from anywhere to love me. Yeah.
Sure.
Like he's a universal appeal, exciting level player.
Vikings at the Bengals to open up there in Cincinnati. That might be something for you to do.
I'm pumped about it. I actually might look into getting tickets to try to go up there to see that game.
Yeah, that would be cool. The Niners at the Lions opener.
We're gonna waste him.
Jared Goff.
Jalen makes his starting debut as a linebacker.
Yeah, how about that? Teddy B possibly with the Broncos starting in New York with the Giants. And what about this one? And Cardinals at the Titans. So Des Fitzpatrick gets his opener at home. And then what about Sunday Night Football? Bears, Rams. Tutu Atwell. I mean, of course, it's because of Tutu Atwell. But the Bears, Rams. So I guess we might get our first look at Justin Fields,
maybe
Nick Foles. I don't know. And then the Rams with Matt Stafford and kind of unveiling that. So that's what I meant. We won't go too much further into that, but that's what I meant. It's a cool weekend for your team, and Louisville's got a lot of flavor around that you're going to kind of get
I'm
to.
definitely going to Niners Lions.
Niners Lions, yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, opening week. Jets at Panthers, so Mekhi Becton going to be in there. So, I mean, there's a lot of Louisville flavor around. Devontae Parker with the Dolphins is at the Patriots. And what are my Jaguars? Jaguars are opening at the Texans. So, Tebow, Lawrence, Meyer, the Holy Trinity. That's what I named them.
I got out of here. Somebody said Urban Meyer is just doing that so Tebow will get his pension.
I believe that.
That's terrible.
No, it's terrible.
Terrible.
But right, but would you?
No.
Tebow did a lot for Urban Meyer.
I know what you're saying.
Like, I mean, I hate that. But
yeah, it's just the blatant. Just the blatant.
I think that could be true.
That's
I know.
What I said to him when he said, "I said I can buy that, but boy, that's a bad look."
No, it is.
Imagine that locker room.
I know. Yeah, they'll swallow him up. But one last one I'll throw in here too. I am kind of excited about this one. Don't really have anything to do with Louisville, but Browns Chiefs.
That's a good game
because I'm ready to see. Look, Pat Mahomes with
how you gonna bounce
Jadeveon and
how's Pat gonna bounce back?
Who's my guy that Lamar Jackson dropped on his rear end? Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Cool guy Don, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What up?
I just wanted to say that Lamar pushes the needle like no other player does. And when you get crowned by Mike Vick, and Mike Vick has never turned his back on what he said about Lamar being better than him. When you get that type of endorsement and you come out and you get the MVP, that's basically what LeBron wanted from Jordan, but he never got. You know, Kobe kind of got the crown from Jordan, but LeBron never got it. When the greatest icon starts passing the torch to you and they never passed it to nobody else, it's going to really show a lot. And I just want to end this by saying that y'all are the center of positivity in the city surrounding our Cardinals. I listen to y'all religiously, and y'all like the three Jedis going against the whole evil empire, slaying them every day, man. Keep putting in work. Marcus, keep picking them apart on the midnight show, going through the details. We love you, man.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that call for sure.
I do love the energy on the midnight show, man. When I was able to jump on there last night, dude, y'all, if you're not on there, listen, Marcus didn't tell me to do this. I'm doing this, but if you're not on there, like at least once every other night or so, you stay up and jump on there and donate to that channel. Because man, that's you won't trust me. That's something you. And then last night, like I said, I dropped a pretty good nugget on there. You never know what's going to happen.
Listen, and I will say this just to respond to Cool Guy Don's comment. The Michael Jordan thing, his endorsement of Kobe was about LeBron, not Kobe. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Once he saw the LeBron thing might really be a problem, he's like, he knew Kobe wasn't going to catch him, so he's like, yeah, we gotta do something about this LeBron thing.
Yeah.
He's going back to Cleveland, winning championships. He's in Miami. He's going to end up in LA. Oh my God, like Kobe's the man. Frank, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maven. Fire away. Patrick, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining 939. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm calling in regards to the interview yesterday on the drive with Carleek.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great to hear from him. And I thought it was a good interview. And I understand, as a Cardinal fan, where, you want to be gracious, and you're glad that he took the time to give you the interview and so on and so forth. But I would have liked to hear them say, in a phrase in a nice enough way, like, man, what were you thinking? Like, making yourself eligible for the draft when you're nowhere to be found on any of the mock drafts, And, he made it abundantly clear. He didn't talk about playing in Europe. He didn't say anything about G League. He was talking NBA. And you say, well, how do you make that decision, when you look at all the mock drafts and you're not in any of the mock drafts?
Patrick, let me ask you this. How much did it upset you that he decided to go to the NBA or tries his
Well, I think we're going to be fine without him. I'm thinking about him, really. I think we'll be fine. I think Louisville's going to be fine. I think LL is a beast, and I think that the Louisville machine will just keep on chugging along without Carleek Jones. But I just don't understand his. I understand you want to make some money, believe that, but I just can't. Think that you're nowhere to be seen in any of the mock drafts. Why not come back a year, get to play in front of 20,000 people, get the full experience of going to a major program and playing for a major program, and make a tournament run where you get a little more exposure. And we're going to be loaded. We would have been more loaded with Carleek. That can only help his draft status. And look at Luke, it's only going to endear him to the city more. So when if he doesn't go pro or what have you, he's set up where, or like you, Marcus, the city loves you where you can, kind of write your ticket for something else in this city. I just think that it was hasty, and I think he's going to regret it. And if you were to interview him in 5 years and ask him that same question, I guarantee you that he's going to say he regrets that decision.
Well, Patrick, I appreciate the call. A couple of responses to Patrick. Well, if you ask me 20 years later, I should have left early.
Yeah, it probably would have been a good choice.
And another thing, Patrick, that was an emotional call, Patrick. I could feel it.
Right.
I could feel it. And Patrick, like this would be his 6th year in college if he came back.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, Patrick. That there's the 6th year also, Patrick. Like you weren't talking about any of the other reasons, like the benefits of him going. So you're saying that, and Patrick, and listen, the mock drafts do not decide who's going to get drafted. Have you looked at go look at last year's mock drafts and go look at the actual draft? It's a lot different. But I feel you, Patrick.
I know.
I feel you. I know what it's like to lose your players, and you want to have a squad, and you just try to convince yourself that this is the right thing.
Yeah.
And then at some point tonight, you're gonna lay your head down. You're gonna say, "Carly did the right thing."
Yeah, I mean, like it was totally the right move for him. Like, I mean, he could not have helped his draft stock coming back
at all.
The only thing he could have done, I mean, you're coming off a guy who was basically, I mean, he went from playing at Radford to be an ACC potential player of the year. His stock's not going to get any higher.
And listen, if you come back, you're not even going to get credit for dominating, because they're going to say, well, of course you're dominating. You've been in college 6 years.
Yeah.
But I'm not
mad. Like, whatever. I mean, I get it, man. But yeah, no, that way he made the best decision for him, and I think it was the right decision.
And one more thing, let me throw this in there. When you say he didn't get to play in front of the fans, if you go back and listen to that interview, he says, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trade my experience for anything. I felt a calm come over my body when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't feel like he got cheated. He didn't feel like COVID cheated him.
No.
He didn't feel like he said his best memories were home games, getting ready to play in front of him. Listen, y'all.
Yeah.
Happiness is relative. Satisfaction is relative. Radford home games to Yum Center with 5,000 people home games. In his brain, it was live.
Yeah.
In your brain, it's like your measure of relativity is just different.
Right.
So we're definitely going to come back to some more of that Car League stuff in a bit. So okay, we are wrapping up on the football scheduling.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean scheduling?
The last thing we said is Baker and Mahomes, and you're ready to see we went Trinity, then we went Tebow, then he's going to lose the locker room, then we went to the phone lines, and I tell you what, we're going to listen. That's going to be, I'm not going to even check that Car League thing off the list. We'll just take our commercial break, reset the show, and come out swinging. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Big names are headlining UFC 262, and DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right, bet $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WLCL when you sign up. to turn $1 into $100 when you bet a main card fighter to win. That's code WLCL for a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Indiana only, new customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
You're listening to 93.9 The Ville, your home for the Diener Show, 7 to 10 a.m.
The one thing you never know in the off seasons of football and basketball is who is improving, who is getting better.
Middays with Marcus Maven, 10 to noon.
No matter how good your coaches are, players got to play.
And afternoons with Mark Ennis on the drive.
I know that he's got tons of campaigning to do to convince people that he wants to be here, but I think he does.
This is 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
We always have our focus around here at ESPN Louisville, not focused with an F, but with a PH.
Focus is sparkling water with caffeine, and it's putting sugary soda on notice with its newest flavor, Cola, which was just awarded Best New Product by BevNet Magazine.
Focus Cola has all the classic taste, but none of the harmful ingredients. No sugar, no sweeteners, no guilt. It's what's missing that matters.
Haven't had it before? Try Focus Cola for just $12 when you use code NEWCOLA at www.drinkfocus.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free. 4hims.com/radio. That's right. Free, zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831-939.
After romping in the Derby, Medina Spirit moves on to the Preakness. And your home for Preakness 146 and the Triple Crown is right here on ESPN Louisville.
The four of them heading to the finish. Here's the wire. Medina Spirit has won the Kentucky Derby.
Race coverage begins at 5:30 on all ESPN Louisville stations, and it's all presented by the Hightower Men's Clinic, Kim Crawford Wines, and Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Big race, one place. ESPN Louisville.
This is Luke Hancock. You're listening to The Drive on 93.9 The Ville.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one of those deals where hearing him say, and if he's saying it, a lot of the players felt that way, that it was like, no, you still felt the vibe of the city, the university, and what the program's about. So that was a good thing.
Yeah. So there was that. Like I said, those were two things I wanted to make sure everybody got out of the thing. There's two more left. In particular, we promoted from inside. We promoted Coach Fennell. He had glowing things to say about Coach Fennell. I can paraphrase it because he just kind of said, Coach Cahill Fennell is the positive. He's the positive, good energy.
Yeah.
He's kind of the energy organized players coach. That's what he provided. He said he doesn't sit around and yell at you and go crazy, but he'll let you know exactly what you did and exactly what you need to do next time to correct any mistakes you make. So that was kind of his feeling on Cahill. Now, I'm just glad this question was asked. What I believe Mark asked, what would you want people to know who don't know much about Coach Mack? What would you want the city or the fans or anybody to know? What's your opinion on Coach Mack as a person, as a coach, or whatever? So hit that 5.
One thing is Chris Mack is a man of his word. One thing I can say is, I know one thing with coming in was a trust thing, and everything Coach Mack has said to me, I think everything Coach Mack has said to our team has been, the truth. And he's kind of stood on everything he said. And I think that's one of the huge things that stuck out to me most. But also just his passion behind what he does, his passion behind coaching, his passion behind winning and stuff like that is just, through the roof, honestly. I've had coaches, who've had those, those tendencies, but, with him, it's just different a little bit. He definitely is very passionate and very hungry in everything he does. And I think that's a good effect to have, a good thing to have, because it eventually rubs off on your player. And, overall, I just think that Coach Mack is an overall great person and, and an overall great coach.
Now, I was a little bit critical on the last clip, that left out the part where he said, I think we had a pretty good season. I'll give credit on this one. They did a great job of letting him finish that full thought of Coach Mack, of saying the part I love. I mean, of course, I know everybody takes their own thing out of it. You hear, there's two things that really that just get me excited. When he says, I've been around coaches that are competitive.
Yeah.
But he's a little different.
Yeah.
He's kind of wired different.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I did too. That was something that jumped right off listening to the interview. I was like, man, I mean, you could hear you can even hear his tone kind of go up.
He didn't want to be disrespectful towards other coaches, but acknowledge that this dude's a little different, and then say, and it has no choice but to rub off on the other players eventually.
Well, and what I love about that is we're just getting into a full class of Coach Mack. So he is still, even though it's weird to say, this is year 4. He's just now year 4 with a whole complete turnover between 2 and 3, right?
Yep.
So he's just getting that imprint, that fingerprint of his on the program.
Yeah, his Super Six, like I said, Sam played out of the Super Six his freshman year. Quinn didn't play really, their first year. This is Sam's first year of us having to depend on Sam.
Yeah,
this is the first year of, like I said, last year, was the first year of depending on David Johnson. I mean, really, really, truly depending on David Johnson.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like when Carly tells you, eventually that stuff starts to to rub off on the players. He's letting you know, no, I could see the change over time, but they had some growing up to do.
Right.
Like he could see it. He could see the competitive nature building in the players to meet Coach Mack's standard.
Sure. And that's something that got me excited for even going forward, man. So and because I mean, and then like Matt Cross, for instance, Matt Cross is pretty untainted. I mean, he played what, 13 games as a freshman. I mean, he's kind of coming in still pretty green in college basketball, right?
Yeah.
So he's that way. Of course, L. Ellis not played at this level yet, so he's technically, quote unquote freshman style, So I mean, he's already has a culture in place now. So that's going to be interesting to kind of see that.
And it is always great to hear outgoing opinions, because you can find the subtleties, the shades, you can find the disappointments. Carleek doesn't strike you as a politician at all. He does not.
Right.
And just to prove it, Brian Hall, I want you to play number 3.
I will probably have to say wearing a mask.
I'll say
wearing.
He was asked. You can start it over. He was asked what was the toughest challenge about this season.
I will probably have to say wearing a mask. I'll say wearing a mask just because, all year long we had to practice with it. And I know our trainer Fred, who's amazing, by the way. He was just kind of on us as far as the coaching staff too. Just in practice, make sure you have your mask up, and stuff. And then it's just, it's guys like me, who was first year at, Louisville. Like I came in as a grad transfer, but there's also guys who were freshmen who came in. And I feel like, I also feel bad for them because they don't really get to experience, college, how it really is your first year. And I think it's just difficult because we always had a mask on and, we weren't able to go out and, kind of enjoy ourselves like we wanted to because, if we took the risk of doing that, then, cases will pop up and, quarantine and games are missed and stuff like that. So I would say probably having to wear the mask and, not being able to do as much as you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you think about it. That was JJ's experience.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even have chest bump maskless and get hyped with everybody because, Fred has to keep us separated in pretty much every drill. And if we're getting a little too hype or we're in the same room, Fred would have to come in and say, "Hey guys, we have to separate in this room." And it's just like, just your human connection is like so distant and playing a season like that. So Carleek was aware enough to say, "No, like don't feel sorry for me. Like I've experienced 5 years of college basketball,
right?
In every situation possible." He said, "Don't feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for the freshmen whose experiences has not been good as mine."
Who have yet to really have that.
They'll
get that. In the coming seasons. But I mean, I get what he was saying.
Was there any moment like when you heard, he was going to be on air? Was there anything that made you worry like he was going to be disgruntled in any kind of way ahead out the door?
No, because we knew that wasn't the case. We knew that wasn't the case. Like I said, I never really was in on the like him and David were upset or anything like that. I mean, and you listen to him there, and I mean, you can plainly tell. I mean that he was good with Coach Mack. Like, hey man, well, we good. Like everything's fine here. Like
everything you told me, that was going to happen.
Yeah,
it happened.
Yeah. So I mean, you did what
he was heavy on the forwardness.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, you did what you said. And I thought it was great. Yeah,
that was awesome too because it's like when you see him. Okay, when he's riding with Jalen Withers, when he's going out of town with Jalen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just that conversation of being able to send Jalen back. Listen, it's a poison pill to have a outgoing senior.
Oh man,
taking a freshman around, but he's not happy with the coach or his situation. Repeat, a team poison pill is an outgoing senior that thinks the coach screwed me in any kind of way.
Oh, absolutely.
Because first thing they do adopt a freshman.
Yeah.
First thing they do, hey man, when the coach does this, you just gotta ignore the coach. You gotta do your thing, and you have to do this. And you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, the freshman's like, now whenever he has doubt creeping in his mind,
absolutely,
he goes right back to what the senior told. And then the nightmare is, I don't want to be that outgoing, disgruntled senior, you know, who says that. So yeah, if Carleek, listening to Carleek says, okay, now I feel more relieved about Jalen riding around in a car with Carleek.
Oh,
And,
sure,
you know,
absolutely.
Because Carleek will say, hey man, dude's right though, man. He, you know, when he gets on you about, like, you know, I can imagine Coach Mack called Jalen Withers every name under the planet.
I can imagine.
Again, being basketball centric, I'm sure he's comfortable saying very, very inappropriate things. Like, still, you know, like he hears the verbiage on the court. He's from the verbiage on the court.
Yeah,
he's a '90s, you know,
absolutely
player. He'll say anything.
Sure.
So I'm sure he said it to Jalen. But when Carleek can back it up with, nah, dog, he's right, man. When he told you that day, you know, you might as well just, you know, transfer to God knows where if you're not gonna dunk it. Like, all that, you know, 2 points is 2 points ain't gonna work, bro. Like, and coach told you.
Listen, if there was anything, it was a great interview, man. Kudos to Ennis and Luke and Pat for getting that together, man. It was a great interview to listen to. If there was any funny moment I had in it, and Luke, I don't know if Luke's listening right now, but if he is, listen, I know he's listening sometimes around this time. If he is, Luke, the funniest question I've heard.
And I was right there when Steve heard it too.
Luke was like, I mean, Carleek, you know, like, you know,
he was trying to relate.
I came in, you know, just like you did, or not, you know, I don't know if he said just like you did, but he kind of like related the two. And I immediately said, Luke, Carleek didn't come into the same thing you came into, bro.
Luke came in to a red shirt Final Four team, Steve.
He red shirted, went to the Final Four, come in with Trez, Shane, Russ,
quite possibly
Peyton,
the highest IQ, most unselfish, great human being in Peyton Siva.
That team was to the level where 1,000-point scorer, a guy who started for the national championship team, played a ton of minutes, was a 5-star coming out of high school, and we think he sucked. And Wayne Blackshear, he had one of the best careers of all time. Yeah, we're like, man, he sucked.
You're gonna be the next Wayne Blackshear.
We still tell people you're gonna be the next Wayne. What? Oh, be a 5-star, come in. What? Come in, have 2 huge dunks in the Final Four as a freshman.
So Luke, being able to dump it into Gorgie and I
forgot Gorgie's on the team.
To Gorgie, Shane, and Trez is not quite.
I think Carleek was just giving 2 middle fingers to the phone, like, yeah, bro.
I watched the season. Like, I went back and watched the tapes.
Me aren't the same. Now, it was a good question. I know what Luke was trying to say as regarding to being a transfer. But yeah, no, I did find that funny. I immediately
Gabe and Montrez.
I immediately hear that. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Trez was given spot duty minutes.
That was funny. Yeah. Trez was like Luke's first year like playing.
Luke Hancock here on behalf of Twin Spire Sportsbook. Twin Spires just launched their new sportsbook app right across the river in Indiana, and they're offering new players their best offer yet with a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. Just sign up using promo code FREE1000, and you can bet with the Kentucky Derby of online sportsbooks as soon as you and your GPS cross over the bridge.
Void where prohibited. For terms and conditions, visit www.twinspires.com. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Indiana to bet. For help with gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
It's baseball season. No matter how you watch the game, you'll win with Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, the official wine of Major League Baseball. Pick up Woodbridge and hit a home run with Wine for All. It's got the smooth, fruit-forward flavors that have been a game day tradition for over 40 years. Add Woodbridge to your lineup today. Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi from One for All. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2021 Woodbridge Winery at Campo, California.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Geico of Louisville. Online at geico.com/Louisville. It was announced yesterday that Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit will be allowed to run in the Preakness Stakes this weekend. But according to the Maryland Racing Commission, Medina Spirit will have to go through extra testing and monitoring leading up to the race. Medina Spirit is the morning line favorite at 9-5 odds and will be coming out of post number 3 on Saturday. Moving on to football news, the NFL released their Week 1 schedules yesterday. The Cincinnati Bengals will open their season on Sunday, September 12th at 1 p.m. when they host the Minnesota Vikings. The Indianapolis Colts will also play at 1 o'clock, and they will host the Seattle Seahawks. And the Baltimore Ravens will be the first Monday Night Football game when they head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders at 8:15. Moving on to basketball news, the NBA announced yesterday that the 2001 NBA Combine will be held on June 21st through the 27th. It will be in person in Chicago, and it will consist of team interview sessions, 5-on-5 games, shooting drills, measurements, strength and agility testing, half-court drills, and medicals. One person who will be participating in that event from Louisville will be senior guard Carlik Jones, who sat down with our very own Mark Ennis on the drive yesterday, and he talked about what he needs to improve on.
Truthfully, I don't know what they like. I know some, talking. I know at the time talking to some of the agents, and then now talking to my agent now. It's just saying, my maturity, the way I handle pressure, the way I handle, the pace of my own game. I don't, like to get speed up or nothing like that. And just kind of, that I had solid numbers.
Moving on to Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds fell to 16-17 on the year with a 7-2 loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates last night. Nick Senzel and Jesse Winker led the way for the Reds, both going 3 for 4, and Winker adding 2 RBIs. The Reds will look to get back to 500 today when they again take on the Pittsburgh Pirates at 12:35. And in minor league baseball news, the Louisville Bats improved to 2-4 on the year with a 4-0 win over the Gwinnett Stripers last night. Austin Gutto got the win for the Bats. They look to make it 2 in a row tonight when they again play the Gwinnett Stripers at 7:05. And last but certainly not least, moving on to soccer news, Louisville City FC forward Abdo Thiam and midfielder Jorge Gonzalez have undergone successful surgeries to repair injuries suffered in the preseason, the club announced on Tuesday, while defender Oscar Jimenez is expected to miss extended time due to a more recent setback. Each player should return to training this summer and be available for selection later this season. Louisville City FC, who has opened their season 1-0-1, is off this weekend before hosting San Diego Loyal at 7:30 on May 22nd at Lit Family Stadium. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand, from the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago. I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker and be part of an industry-leading organization that believes in promoting from within. Earn $14.50 per hour plus a $175 weekly bonus for some shifts. And you might even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college debt-free. Enjoy an active job with big-time growth opportunities at UPS. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial Pound Law on your cell phone. That's Pound 529, offices Louisville.
Is your daughter wearing a larger diamond than your wife? If so, you might want to come to Genesis Diamonds. If the diamond that you bought 25 or 30 years ago doesn't match where you are today, come see what we can do for you. Genesis Diamonds is Louisville's destination for larger diamonds. In the off chance that we don't have exactly what you're looking for, we can move it from our owner's vault where we house hundreds of big diamonds, 2 carat to 10 carat in every shape. All of our diamonds are hand-selected by our owner from the world's largest diamond cutters in India, Israel, and Belgium. Our diamonds will come with a certificate from the world's foremost grading laboratory, the Gemological Institute of America. Our diamond experts will help you select that brand new ring from the traditional classics to today's latest designs. We have hundreds to choose from, and they all come with our free lifetime warranty. Come see us at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Louisville baseball plays on ESPN Louisville.
Grass, track, wall, that ball is gone.
As the Cards hope to make another trip to Omaha. Sean Mock here. Louisville baseball back in action on Friday, taking on North Carolina. You can hear all of the Ellison Bodenhausen's Orthopedics coverage beginning at 5:50 right here on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app. If it's Louisville baseball, it plays here on ESPN Louisville and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Man, the scene was so thick.
Weekend's UFC 262 card. Tony Ferguson to Michael Chandler. There'll be no shortage of action. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC, has a heavyweight offer for this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. One fighter will be walking away with the belt, and will you be walking away with cash? It's a good question. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right, $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on a main card fighter to win. Place your bet and watch the fist fly this weekend. That's code WLCL to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And as always, if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
So here is the problem.
Somebody told you to unmute.
Before I already took care of that. They are quick with this. Listen, y'all.
That's good.
You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You're being the guy at the red light. When it changes, if somebody doesn't literally peel out, you will try to honk your horn. Don't do that to people. I listen, I'm always ready to look. When the light changes, I peel out. But I don't like when you honk at other people who don't peel out as soon as the light changes. Jeez, give me a second to unmute it. Brian Hall has the music playing in the background. I want to get my YouTube channel shut down. Y'all got to wait at least 30 seconds. My God. So since okay, we'll keep to the theme of agitation here for a second. I guess somebody noticed on the YouTube channel, even though it was muted, that I was obvious a little disturbed, a little perturbed for a few moments. Steve, block session today. You want to get blocked because here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people that like to get blocked on purpose, and then, oh, hey, look, I got blocked by so and so. Like I can tell they're intentionally trying to get blocked from me.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So you can get that screenshot. Oh, Mark's blocked me. Ha ha. Okay, you want to get blocked? You want that screenshot? I'm gonna show you how right now.
Okay.
Get on my page and start telling me about the gas stations that then ran out of gas. Get on my YouTube channel and keep giving me updates about gas prices and gas stations running out of gas.
I had 2 today that I went to that were out.
You are the problem spreading that information. Nobody wants to see your tweet over and over and over again. If you have tweeted about gas being out more than 2 times, you're the effing problem. You are causing panic. One person noticed some gas is out, and your 30 tweets and 30 comments about how there's no bread at this store. So that means everybody has to go out and get some bread from somewhere else.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, you're causing the problem.
Everybody's getting a respiratory
You're
thing.
causing
We need
the
to
panic.
wipe our butts, I guess.
I know. Listen, this entire COVID thing should have taught you. You don't have to keep sharing. You're not spreading any new information. If you got that information from Twitter, DM it to your friend at the least. If you got it from social media, if you got that news from social media, it's not up to you to be the echo chamber of panic. You're the problem because somebody might see it once or twice here and there. All right, cool. Gas, might take a little spike, derby time. Gas takes a little spike and stuff like that. And people are cool about it. But no, you won't stop until everybody runs out and feels, I told y'all, go out and get that. No, if you run out of gas, it's going to be ugly anyway. Sit down somewhere. Shut up. Stop spreading it. Call somebody on the phone if you care about them that much. Go put your gas in a garbage bag and bring it over to the house personally. Suck the gas out of a hose and spit it into somebody's car if you're that concerned. But getting on social media and retweeting 75 times. Lord knows there's already enough bots doing it.
We should clarify. You was going to say funnel, I believe.
What did I say?
You said suck the gas out of a and I was like, and then you stopped, and I was like,
no, I wasn't going to say funnel. I was going to say suck the gas out of you know what I'm saying, Steve? Like it's pissing me off. You're the problem. Any health crisis, you're the problem. You can't stop retweeting some kind of negative craziness. You can't stop.
Right.
Golly, you're the problem. You're the one making everybody think they have to go out and fill up the car they don't even drive in case the Mad Max apocalypse happens on Friday.
I did see the funniest thing I saw, I think, was the bags.
I think that was happened a while back, though. I think that was
really.
Yeah, I think they're just
recycling.
Yeah, they're just using that one to make a joke.
Okay,
but I did see the trunk that was full of gas cans.
Like my mother-in-law was like, she picked up and she was like, I need to cut the grass today. She's like, are people going to be mad at me if I need to go get gas for the lawnmower? So she was like kind of worried because she was going to have to take a little can, and she was like, oh man, people are going to be looking at me like.
But somebody's going to record you and post it to try to,
I know,
to incite some more panic.
I know. I was like, she's like, no, I need to cut the grass.
Golly.
I was like, yeah, probably.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So speaking of news,
football.
Speaking of news being spread, we have to do one of our other daily, weekly, monthly obligations, Steve, and talk about some shade. Steve, when I see my coach or a player or anybody leave my program, right? I worry about their media rounds. I worry about what they're going to say. I worry about how my team or my program is going to handle them going out, right? Because those are always delicate times,
right?
You know, coming and going, firings, replacings, all this good stuff.
Oh, sure.
And I think everybody agrees. You know, when a person leaves, you want to see, okay, if somebody left our staff, you want to see how Coach Mack feels about it. How do the players feel about it? I saw coaches be replaced, and I saw, speaking of fear porn.
Okay.
Well, Murray's so-and-so's guy, so he's definitely not coming here. Now, listen, Eric Vanderheiden, no. Once Coach Mack or once Coach Murray left, there's no way he's gonna. I watched it, right? So I know the thought process of watching coaches leave and how that gets turned into, there's no way to commit, stay. There's no way there's no way you can keep on going the same way. So we set this up with people's reactions.
Sure.
I wonder if I lost, if my program was quote unquote getting there, arriving.
Yeah.
Right? Arriving. Whatever you consider arriving is. Hypothetically.
4 wins.
Yeah. Hypothetically, yeah, right. 6 wins in the SEC. I mean, let's just throw something out there. 6 wins in the SEC, and
no. They don't get 6 SEC wins.
No, I'm sorry. You play in the SEC and you total 6 wins.
That better.
Let's just say your standard is so low that that's considered arriving, right?
Yeah. So say they're in no way, shape, or form are they winning 6.
And let's just say you got a couple of let's just see you got a couple of draft picks on the way too. I mean, let's just hypothetically throw some out there. Let's just say you got a couple of defensive draft picks in the last couple of years or something like that, right? And then let's just say like a defensive coach who was responsible for bringing in most of your talent that was even getting you to believing that you might be arriving, right? Let's just say that there was a little bit of light and hope of promise, right? And let's say you're a school, like I said, you're trying to build something, and you got this momentum, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Okay.
This coach is now like hypothetically gone to like a real powerhouse like Michigan or something.
Okay. Fair enough.
Did y'all lose y'all coach to Michigan?
Just come and took it.
Listen, Tennessee came for our D coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where our D coordinator is right now, Steve?
He's over on Floyd Street. Yeah. Doing his thing.
Listen, y'all coach packed his bags for Michigan like it wasn't even a conversation.
Yeah, I'm going.
So, Steve.
But that's because he has aspirations.
Thank you. Listen, that's just round one. So he's on his way to Michigan. Even one of the biggest, let's just say, UK representatives. Let's just say, hypothetically, the guy who's really known as the voice of the people and the fan base and all that stuff. Let's just say when he hears that news, even he says, this is going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an acknowledgement that this is really bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way to Michigan. He was the guy who was shining a little hope is going to Michigan. Everybody understands it. It hurts, but I don't know what we're gonna do, but we can't begrudge him, right?
Yeah.
Now, Steve, the one guy who says you always have to watch out, Steve, because okay, Steve, I don't know if you've been in this situation before, but have you ever started making improvements in your life, and as soon as like the friends or like around you, some people are excited for you.
Sure.
And then some people are just telling you what negative, what negative could happen in your move, or just pointing out that Michigan, it's gonna be tough up there in Michigan.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't go to Michigan because there's too many coaches fighting for jobs in Michigan.
Oh, absolutely.
So you
think everybody's got that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like I've had situations where it was just rumored that other opportunities may be opening up for me, and I could just feel the happiness around me, and I could feel the shade. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the shade comes from people who wish they had your opportunities.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had a chance to move to another job and somebody here wanted that job or something,
or wish they had the set to take your opportunity,
or wish they had the stones to make a move you're willing to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like when that happens, you start hearing from that person with the side shade, right? So, Steve,
okay,
I'm gonna read something to you.
Okay,
and I want you to tell me what it feels like to you. Out of the things we described, I just want to know what this feels like. Okay. I will miss Clink, but don't get it twisted. The show will go on. We will always recruit well here at UK Football. Go Big Blue.
It's like, Steve, did he do his man like that going out the door?
Steve, I would listen. I'm sure if I'm
Michigan, they say go blue too.
If we packed up and went to Knoxville, 93.9, the Knoxville.
Yeah.
Most people would be happy for us.
Sure. Sure.
But you would definitely feel one of those, I'll miss Steve and Marcus, but don't get it twisted.
Yeah. we good.
And people, when Steve and I move to Knoxville, I want y'all to listen and read for the one person that says, don't get it twisted.
I know.
We're still going to be 93.9.
Yeah.
We're still going to be ESPN. Listen to them. Then realize that was the person who either don't have the stones to make the move, or they just hating on you from the beginning.
Right, man. I listen. And
what did that sound like to you, Brian?
I mean, it's just somebody that's bitter about a coach leaving.
Do you know who that was?
Klingsdale.
Who put that tweet out there?
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Steve, you want to tell Brian who it is?
That is, I'll never be a head coach, Vince Merrill.
No way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He tweeted that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah.
I thought this was just, some Go Big Blue fan.
No.
Big Blue
Oh, no,
Nation out
Brian.
there.
Oh, no, my brother.
I didn't know this was going to be coming from a coach.
No. This is coming
Because a
from
coach wouldn't do that, Brian.
No, because a coach would not put that publicly out there.
this is coming from.
He's been bitter about a couple things.
Listen, I had a shot to possibly go to Michigan and Michigan State and didn't have enough in me to leave Kentucky where the expectations are so low to go and do something there because I'm not sure I could do it there. But here at Kentucky, I can go on just the tip and I can go on to different shows and I can run my mouth
I
and
can
say,
listen, I can literally say, oh, we're not Alabama and Ohio State, but we're close. And people are going to say, oh, I love it. Oh, Ed Merrill. I love it.
Can you imagine if he would have went to Michigan and popped off at the mouth like that?
Not at all.
They'd have been like, you better be.
He won't have full reign there, like you're saying. Like
you better be, bro.
Yeah, nobody's letting him. You lose to Michigan that many times in a row and say, are you at Michigan? You lose to Ohio State that many times, and then you say, oh, we're just there. Look, you done lost 6 out of the last 7 against Ohio State, and then you say, oh, I mean, they're just barely ahead of us.
I know.
At Michigan.
I know.
Boy.
Right.
Are you crazy?
Well, it would almost be like only winning 3 of your last 9 against your rival. Your rival in the last 15 years has been to multiple BCS games, New Year's Six games, been ranked in the top 5, had college game days, had a Heisman Trophy winner. You know what I'm saying? And you even considering we're in the same vicinity as them.
Sounds like Vince is bitter that he wasn't the one offered the job at Michigan.
Listen, that's what I thought.
Well, yeah.
And then Steve cleaned me up.
Because I said he was at one point. I think Michigan did offer him. Michigan State offered him. But he didn't have enough to take either one of them. And that's why I called him never be a head coach, Merrill. Because he'll never be a head coach. You're going to plop right there at a place like Kentucky and look, coaches have left Louisville as stepping stones, assistant coaches. That ain't even the Kentucky shade of it. That's the natural progression.
Right.
He would have taken Michigan State with his boy from Colorado, or he would have taken Michigan a few years ago. Now I'm a coach here. Now I proved my worth at Michigan. From Michigan, Merrill would have got, now all of a sudden, you're a MAC head coach. Now all of a sudden, you get the Michigan State job.
Or a job. Yeah.
Who was my guy that got the Michigan State job? Mel Tucker. Now that could have been you, but the problem is you'll never be that. You know what you'll be 10 years from now? The tight ends coach at Kentucky. Bragging about pulling some kid out of Louisville.
Brian.
Winning 4 games.
Brian. I will miss Clink, but don't get it twisted. This is a coach. I will miss Clink, but don't get it twisted. This show will go on. We always recruit well here. Why would you put that when a coach just took a job at Michigan?
No, usually you only see a coach kind of be like, congratulations, Clinks. Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Not really take a jab at him.
Right.
That's a nasty culture, man.
Right. And
that's a nasty culture.
Brian could not believe.
I know.
He could not believe that came from the spokesman, Vince Merrill.
I thought it was just going to be like from Cats by 90.
No. Their coach. Let me get to this phone line real quick. Cody, thanks for hanging on, my man, through my soliloquy. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
It's all good. What's going on, guys? Steve, I noticed, man, you were struggling with those MMA promotions earlier, bro.
They're brutal, man. They're tough. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel it. I was praying for you right there, brother. So I got a quick question. I've been wanting to ask this for a little bit, and it's super random, and I really hope that I don't sound stupid, but I noticed that the Ravens drafted a fullback, and that's a position that I really don't hear a lot of. And so I kind of looked up some highlights of, guys that play fullback, and it's actually a really, really cool position, and it seems like something Scott Satterfield would use. Is there any fullbacks on the roster to maybe keep an eye on, or somebody that can maybe play that role that could potentially help the team? Because, like I said, there's a bunch of videos that are like, the fullback position is dying, but like certain teams like the Ravens and couple other squads like use that position. So I'm just curious. It's just a random little thought, but I appreciate y'all taking my call.
No, appreciate the call. I think they use Marshawn and running backs, but he's more like a receiving fullback, or halfback like that, So, Coach Satterfield keeps a guy ready to crash into that lane a little bit. So
yeah. Well, and I think I'd have to look up, but I think he actually mentioned a couple guys too that he is putting at that spot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that'll be the case.
So Steve, you think that's a big story, or is it already moved on to the next guy?
No. That's
or that's just a 93.9 Stephen Marcus story.
Oh no. I mean, no, it's one of those that when we're, again, like I said, you don't have to say it, but if their staff is still here, 5 years ago, they were right. They were right there. 5 years from now, oh man, won 4 games in the SEC last year, and next year's schedule's there. We're right there.
But it was a tough schedule.
Yeah, it's Kentucky football will be Kentucky football next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after. It will be the same. Wait, man, right there. I don't know. 4 wins. Go back and think about it. How many times have you heard that? I mean, I remember 3 seasons ago.
Big Pat called in real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. What's
Big Pat called in? He was answering the question about the fullback. He was saying that in Scott Satterfield's offense, they don't really use a fullback. It's more of an H-back. They use Marshawn Ford as the H-back / tight end.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people put Martin too. I know that.
I tell you what, we'll take our last commercial break and
fine.
roll along. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Welcome to Louisville's premier baseball training facility, Smash Zone. Smash Zone Baseball offers the latest in high-tech baseball and softball training in a comfortable environment and convenient location on Plantside Drive. The team at Smash Zone Baseball loves helping kids develop their skills and confidence by specializing in hitting, pitching, and catching from basic development to advanced concepts. Get your kids off the couch and into the game. SmashZoneBaseball.com. It's out of here!
What's the difference between a handmade designer ring and a generic ring? Ask Terry Vanderspay, who has sold both in her career.
There is a big difference. Designer rings are much better made, much stricter quality.
Terry now works at Genesis Diamonds and is able to offer her customers all the top designers. But before Genesis, she was at the other store with cheaper knockoffs.
Well, I got tired of apologizing for the integrity of the rings.
Terry says the difference is like night and day in craftsmanship and detail and weight and substance.
I know the quality is there. I know the integrity is there. There's no comparison.
Genesis Diamonds, the area's only authorized retailer for all the top bridal designers like Tacori, Viraggio, Henry Dossi, and dozens more.
If you want something that's going to withstand the test of time, come to Genesis. If you want something that's in the shop all the time, shop elsewhere.
Good advice from someone who's seen both options firsthand.
Why would you not give her the best?
Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free. 4hims.com/radio. That's right, Free, zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/radio. That's forhims.com/radio for your free online visit. forhims.com/radio.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Bob Baffert does it again! Medina Spirit has won the Kentucky Derby!
After a thrilling win in the Derby, Medina Spirit moves on to the Preakness, and ESPN Louisville is your home for Preakness 146 and exclusive home of the Triple Crown. Coverage Saturday begins at 8 a.m. with the Horse Racing Radio Network pre-race coverage, followed by the Horse Racing Happy Hour from 11 to 1, and race coverage at 5:30. And it's all right here on ESPN 680 and 105.7. Preakness 146 on ESPN Louisville is presented by the Hightower Men's Clinic, Kim Crawford Wines, and Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
When you're looking for flavor, there's only one place to go, Wing Zone. We have 17 delicious flavors to choose from, including our all-new hot garlic. Wing Zone has daily lunch specials for only $9. Wing Zone is also currently hiring for full-time and part-time positions in management. We offer competitive wages and flexible scheduling. Please stop by any of our locations to learn how to become a part of the team. Wingzone.com. You got it.
At Kroger, everything we sell is guaranteed fresher than fresh because our associates constantly check to make sure everything is at the peak of freshness. That means peeking at the peaches, spying on the steaks, and delving deep into the dairy department. So everything we sell is guaranteed fresh, or we'll make it right. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get ready for the road and earn 2 times the fuel points when you shop Thursdays through Sundays with your digital coupon. Restrictions apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
So there's that. The other one, the Kobe Bryant natural motion that they started calling on him.
Mhm.
I was so happy when they started calling. When somebody will block it and he just
Yeah.
listen, if somebody was anywhere near his shot,
Yeah.
I mean, he was smacking people in the face to the left, to the right. I'm like, okay, you got to call that. Like
that's fair.
Yeah, like I saw those two. Now the one kind of worse than the flopping, Steve, is okay. You know how they started changing the rules in football to be like, or not to be like, they started changing rules in football as far as running quarterbacks outside the tackle box. You're a runner.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that because, if you're in passing, I get it. It's a punter. You're a protected player.
Right.
When you get outside, like the game's too hard to stop somebody if you got protection outside the tackle box.
Sure.
Just because of your position. So I got that.
Absolutely.
The James Harden, I would say if you swing a ball up under people's arms, you know what I'm saying? Like guys can be completely on the side of you. If you swing your arm outside this tackle box to get up under his elbow and then bring, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I think that there has to be kind of some within the framework of your body is a legit move.
Sure.
But the side swing, the side swipe to find somebody near me, I know it would be hard to govern, but I think that unnatural, let me find anybody within 3 feet of me and just reach out and try to, elbow them, knock them with the ball, and then try to score. I was like, yeah, I'm fair with calling that an offense foul.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. I mean, as far as for me, I mean, like I said, the flopping is annoying because I think it gets a little out of hand. But I mean, gosh, I would say
if you do this and grab your chin, and we go back and look at that tape, and nothing ever touched your chin, you got to go.
Yeah.
I might be to the point where I'll kick you out.
I don't mind if you fall because you were anticipating it, you're selling it, but then you're kind of like, okay, you get up and you move on. Like,
right.
Okay,
right. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but it's like, but now I will say this: the one rule that annoys the crap out of me, that I think there's not a lot of, I don't think it's consistently either called or not called, is hooking.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know when they stopped calling that.
I know. That's what I'm like. Is that still a rule?
And that's a brutal move.
Oh, it's listen, I mastered it like with the elbow.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so it's like, yeah, dude. I mean, but I mean that's unstoppable.
And
man.
people who are fundamentally sound enough to in the post reach around and elbow hook, but keep both hands on the ball.
Absolutely.
They're evil. Like, you're right though. I've seen a lot of people extending their offhand a lot.
It's an art. It's an art form. Listen.
Of course, he's doing it for the camera, y'all.
This is for the camera.
It's not for radio.
It's an art form on the post. You get it, take one step. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it'd be one step to the left, bring it back wide, and then when you hook in, like I mean, that's unguardable. So it's like, are we
if you don't call it,
because it's like the only time it gets called is if it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like and that's even not called a lot. They're starting. So I'm like, what are we doing? I mean, is it a rule or is it not? Because if it's not, man, big man should start eating. And so I think that's kind of the deal.
Have you ever seen a flop tech?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I you know what? I would put that on the offensive end. Basically, like I would call for a challenge. Mm-hmm. Okay, if a guy flopped and acted like I hit his elbowed him in the chin or something like that, right? Like right in front of my bench. My guy gets the rebound. He makes a strong move. A guy, flops back and holds his chin like he got hit in the mouth or something. That would be a challengeable play. And listen, and if we go to that review and see he never got touched, and he came back holding his jaw or his chin like he got hit in the mouth.
Well, because the reason why is because they are so harsh on the elbow rule.
Yes, that's my point.
That's an automatic flagrant. Like
flagrant too.
Even if it's a 1, it's a flagrant right off the bat. Even if it's incidental or not incidental. Like I mean, So that's why I think you've got to be harsh on the other edge of that too. I'll say this. It's 11:46. Let me say this too. Talk to Brian. Get in on this one real quick. Talk to somebody close to the situation yesterday about our top 5.
Oh yes.
Okay, I wanted to.
Did you hear about that?
It early.
Okay.
Somebody actually challenged us on our top 5 defensive players, Brian.
Yep. Got a text
You
last
said it was
night.
somebody prominent though, right?
Listen, it's somebody that would be in practice daily. Put it that way. I got a text last night.
Got a name for us?
Absolutely not.
No, not the coach. I meant he had.
I'll give you
Okay.
the name. Yeah, I'll give you the name of the player. Listen, it's the text I got. Listening to the podcast tonight. Great show as always. Got to say, I disagree with y'all's top 5. Not necessarily the players in it, but the order in which you put them.
Okay.
Said, and look, if you were on the YouTube last night, you got a nice breakdown of why. I ain't giving all that information on the air. Y'all just got to eat that one. I'll tell you maybe off air, Brian, why. But number 1 was far and away Monty Montgomery.
Number 1.
Yeah.
We had him at 5.
We had him at 5, and this one was, and this person told me, yeah, he's number 1.
I'm so glad that we had him in our list, though. I would have felt like an idiot had we not put him in our top 5. And somebody thinks he's number 1 over there. I would have felt terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if they agreed with the list for the most part,
yeah, no,
So he put him ahead of Keitrell Clark.
Number 1.
So Monty Montgomery, then Keitrell Clark, and then he had no.
Well, he didn't go past Monty Montgomery. He was just making the point, like, look, man, what we're going to be, and he actually gave me a little breakdown of what they're going to do with Monty Montgomery. But he said, if
Sam.
Yeah, listen, I love my team, dude. My squad. I'm not telling you. Okay, I'm not telling you.
Snitches get
I know,
stitches around here.
Like, dude, I'm not. It's just not happening.
Trying to get more for the people.
Yeah. It's just that they're not getting it. I'm sorry. You should have been on the YouTube. I did give it on the YouTube last night. I'm not giving my info out here, man. But it's like, man, they're gonna move them in different.
And don't
spots.
worry, I already deleted off YouTube, y'all. So if you're trying to go back and see it, you should have been watching it live.
No. So it was a thing of beauty. But I was excited to hear that, man. So they said,
listen, I'm excited he liked our list.
Yeah.
He or she, I guess.
See, it was
trying to keep it vague.
Yeah. So
okay. Quick nuggets to delete off the overall show.
Yeah,
Where's Phil at?
Where's Phil at?
Where's Phil at?
Oh, he probably isn't going to give us food because we haven't done the read yet.
Oh, we should.
So,
Steve,
how about this? It is Which Wednesday. So
Awesome.
thanks to Jason and his team for bringing about lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. Be sure to get carryout, curbside, or delivery from the Hurstbourne or Brownsboro Crossing location for lunch or dinner. The new menu is here, featuring favorites like the Cali Club, the Wicked, and the Italian Grinder. Order online or on the Which app. Which superior sandwiches.
So one left that I didn't hit on. This could be a quick one, Steve, or you could have a full thought. Well, apparently, the guy I referred to earlier, Matt Jones, tweeted something to the effect of rumors about Coach K retiring, which was later deleted. Steve,
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, this is what we said a couple years ago. We said, dude, in the next 5-6 years, like, college basketball is going to look completely different.
That was the most unsurprising thing. Like, I'm like, why'd you delete that?
Yeah. I mean,
like, you could have said that raw.
I don't think Coach K would just retire right now, but I would not be shocked for the next season or two for it to be kind of announced, like, hey, this is his
farewell tour.
Farewell tour.
Is he the farewell tour type?
Yeah. Because, I mean, he'll be something prominent at Duke forever. Like, if I'm the AD at Duke, I'm like, well, that sucks. As soon as he leaves, I'm like, well, my job's probably gone. Or whatever he wants,
Yeah.
Or he may go on to
he's not the AD type, though.
He might go on. I could see him going on and like taking over like for Colangelo or something with USA Basketball,
And
or
that's it. Yep.
Yeah, and doing something
job.
like
Yep,
that.
yep.
Yeah. So
Good
well, no, and I'm not even saying coaching, just taking over as the head honcho,
Yep.
of something like that. I mean, but he'll be something pretty prominent, whatever.
That's
so
a good point. Like not a grinder. Just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. Like, look, it's his job to pick the coach, to put the team together, blah blah blah. Or send the invites out and all that. So yeah, but no, I won't be shocked at all if this season or next, if it come out before the season, like he's going to do one more round. I don't think it'll be Roy Williams
under one year.
Over, because I think it would probably be the year after this.
Over under 1 year for Coach K.
Over. I thought it would be
no way
3.
No way.
I think he's got this one and probably another one.
There's no way he coaches past this next season.
I think he does 2 to 3 more years.
He's old, man.
Listen,
and I think he's got some. I think he's got. That's why I say, like, taking over for Colangelo or something with USA Basketball. I mean, I think he's got juice in the tank still, but maybe not for the grind of coaching.
All you got to do is look at his Louisville post-game interviews. Look at his Coach Mack Louisville post-game interviews. Look at his interviews. He's getting surly. When you listen to him getting on, when he says, "How old are you?" Look, what's your major, kid? Like he's getting surly. He's getting way too surly to coach.
Yeah, I know.
Like put it this way, he's in that place where everything he say is gonna be something inappropriate to cancel cultures.
Yeah.
So everything he's gonna say from this summer, when he starts talking about what he thinks the protocol should be, it was stressful for him, man.
No, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah, this was stressful.
I mean, we saw. I mean, all jokes aside, we saw Coach Davenport, man, just kind of off the record. And I mean, I ain't putting that man's business out there either, but just man, I got to do this, this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Now we got to watch out for this.
Yeah.
Now I'm hearing this. Now, it was just like, God.
Yeah, but
see where he was.
But you could see his frustration. But you could see he was here for the smoke.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's got plenty left in the tank.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
like I said, you could see him welcoming the challenges. You could see Coach K think about it. Coach K was one of the guys like, I don't think we should play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should play. He was kind of like, shut it down. Let's go home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, some of the younger coaches, you remember back last year at the ACC tournament, they were pissed.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
He was one of the ones that was like, no, let's just cancel the tournament. Yep. I mean, you remember Coach Mack being like, and some of the other younger coaches
I respectfully disagree. What do you? And why are we listening to you?
Yeah, like, hang on, like you making that call, or we?
No, and he tried to do it.
Yeah,
he tried to do it assertively, like I'm making this call.
Yeah, and Duke's going to be an interesting case, man. When he's gone, Duke's going to be an interesting case because Duke is.
That's why they've been moving all their money out of the Kentucky account.
I know.
And the Duke account
into the Texas
account. I'm telling you, man. Nike is making a funds transfer from their regular account. This Texas thing,
it's an ugly game, but it's a game.
They told Beard where he was going.
Mm-hmm.
You think Beard made that decision himself?
Man,
no,
there ain't no way he put that staff together either. That staff's nasty. Like Texas is going to be the real deal, man. Yeah, like it's like watch out for that.
UK fans,
and he can coach.
Like burnt orange.
Here's the thing, he can coach. So, watch out.
Burnt orange.
Watch out for that.
Can I make them my side chick team just so I can have?
Yeah. Texas is a good side chick. I can do Texas. Absolutely. I can do Texas.
I'll take it.
100%. So,
I'll take it.
Yeah, Texas all day.